Hey guys, Mike here at Jeeps on the Run. I've got Colin. He's joined us on our 4xe page. You've seen him here on a few different things, but Colin's been with Chrysler for, I'm going to screw this up, 35 years?
35 years.
So Colin is one of the master techs here at Ray, and now we are talking about the B9A recall and what we should know. So Colin, we've got a Wrangler here that's in for a B9A recall, right? So
yes.
We're reading some people that are saying that, you know, I've called my dealership and they say, oh, we don't have parts in stock yet, so we can't accept your appointment.
Right. Well, you don't need any parts as of now. Right now, we basically get the vehicle in, and it needs to be at its 75% charged. That's really what takes a lot of the time. And we also will have to put in software into the battery pack control module. That's the first thing that we have to do. After that, it tells us how many other control modules we have to update, and they have to be updated to go any further.
So you update before you go on the test, on the
Yes.
drive, correct? Okay.
Yes, and once we have that, then we need to reconfirm this 75% charge on the battery, and after that, then we take it on a test drive. They want us to run it up to certain RPMs and then coast down, and run it up to more speeds and then coast down. And then the system will give us a pass or fail. If it fails, then we go to the next step of calling engineering and getting you a battery.
And so how long would a process take? Let's say the Jeep fails. How long does the process take to get a battery? And I know that can vary greatly depending on dealership to dealership, right? You guys have a great relationship with...
I have a great relationship with engineering team, and I can usually get into them and know something between 24 to 72 hours for a battery. And once they release it to Samsung and Samsung sends us a battery, it could be 7 to 10 days, unfortunately. With the demand on this, it just depends.
Get in early, but right, you know.
Right.
But the 7 to 10 days doesn't sound horrible. We've seen people out there saying they waited 6 months. So again, I think that's the relationship that the dealership has with Stellantis, or and that kind of stuff. The other thing we're seeing is, hey, I chatted with Jeep, and Jeep told me that this is going to be an over-the-air update. You can 100% agree that is not going to be the case here.
No, it is not an over-the-air update because the computer wouldn't know. It would know if they set it up that way to go at the battery pack control module, but unfortunately, there are other modules that could still be out of date.
Right, okay.
And with that being said, you have to do those after the battery pack control module is done. Nothing works properly until all the other, like the IDCM, the PCM, the TCM, ABS control module. If they're out of date, they have to be done.
Yep.
And they have to be done before we do the test.
Now, the other thing we've seen in previous recalls, and you may or may not know this, so in these updates, let's say you do your test, all these modules get updated, right? Mm-hmm. And you do your test, and the battery passes, and you're a happy customer, and you go on about your day. Is there a possibility that in the future that what updates have been installed in that module can then trigger, it's more sensitive now? Like, remember we saw in the ZB7 where people left and they were getting check engine lights, but it turns out that was a good thing, right? Because it was now triggering the issues that it would have. So if this battery becomes a problem later, will it trigger that check engine light or a code?
If there is a problem, the software is designed to look at the battery all the time.
Right.
And now, if there's a problem 1,000 miles down the road and, John Q. customer's got a check engine light and he brings it in, or if they have their own scanners, which most Jeep enthusiasts have their own scanners, and they'll see the code.
Right.
And they'll do the research on the web, and they'll see, all right, hey, I got a battery failure. They're going to call us.
Right.
And they're going to say, hey, I just had this done, it passed, and now it's failed.
But my question is, do you think the new software that's loading is going to
be very crucial, and they'll be watching for it?
Correct.
And that's what it's going to alert the customer. There is a problem.
And this is why also it's been so important, like the defrost recall, right? They called it a defrost recall, but that had the same software upgrade as the previous recall.
Right.
So this is why, it's just a defrost recall. You don't want to skip any of these recalls because it's constantly updating that software.
And you all know with owning your own 4xe, when you first had your first one, and one day it was in here having a software update, and I call you a week later and say, Mike, come on back. That update I just did a week ago has been
updated again.
Updated again.
Right.
And it happened to us probably twice, and it was waiting for parts one time.
Yeah.
So you understand how that happens. And as they change things, it could change weekly, it could change monthly on software updates.
Yeah. So we're Ray Chrysler Jeep Ram, located in Fox Lake here in northern Illinois. If you're remotely in the area, should I have a mask for Colin, or what's the best way to get a hold of you?
Get a hold of me here at the shop, or you can email me at cmorgan@raycdjr, and or contact me on Facebook on the 4xe Enthusiast page.
So again, Ray Chrysler Jeep Ram has definitely always been in front of this kind of recall, and they understand what's going on. So if you're looking for a dealership and you're getting these answers like, we don't have parts in stock, or it's going to be an over-the-air update, or we had someone, they went in with 10% battery power, they were done in an hour. I mean, I don't know, you could charge it, get it up to temperature, and do the test in an hour. So again, well, this one isn't time sensitive like the last one was.
Right.
Kind of be conscious of the fact that it's got to be up to temperature.
Yeah, there's certain parameters that it has to meet, and granted, it pays less than an hour warranty-wise, but that's not really to the consumer, needs to worry about that. But yes, it does take time. To do it right, I need to see the vehicle and have it for at least half the day, minimum.
Yeah.
And then if unfortunate, we have to put a battery in, the vehicle is down until we get a battery.
Yeah, so that's one thing that we talked about in the previous video, but the vehicle will have to stay at the dealership until the battery comes. I assume once they know that that's failed, there'll probably be a huge liability on Stellantis if they let it leave.
To arrange alternative transportation and do whatever we possibly can here at Ray to take care of you.
So, as always, thanks to Colin for keeping us up to date on the 4xe stuff. We are going to do another video when they actually do one of these 4xe recalls. We're going to go through step by step. We're going to show it all. We'll take a ride along with the process, and we'll show you what to expect even further. But we figured we'd get this guys in front of you. So as always, give us a like, give us a subscribe, and check out Ray CDJR on the web as well. So we'll see you guys. Thanks, Colin.
Thank you.